To make the crown of our hat, we're going to start with a slip stitch and chain 2. I do not like weaving in ends, as you probably know by now. So we're going to insert our hook into the first chain, and we're going to lay that yarn right up over the top of the hook, and we're going to just work around it. We're going to embed this yarn. And we need to make 8 single crochets. So there's 1. I'm going to put the hook back in. I'm going to bring that tail, I'm going to bring it around the hook. Make a whole, see how it makes a whole loop, goes all the way around, okay? And now from this side, I'm going to bring that tail back towards the front. That's 2. And now as I work, the rest of this will get tucked inside. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And I'm going to take my split ring marker and pop it right into that 8th stitch. That's round 1. We work this in circles, just around and around. They don't end. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make 2 single crochets in each of the 8 single crochets from the previous round. And this split ring marker tells us which is the last stitch of the round. So we'll end up with 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, pop your split ring out, 15, 16, and now number 16 is the last stitch, so we pop that marker back in. And that completes round 2. Moving on to round 3, we are going to do 1 single crochet in the next single crochet and 2 single crochet in the next one after that, and we will repeat around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, marker out, 23, 24. And this is now your last stitch, so put your marker back in. The next round, we're going to single crochet in the first 2, and then work 2 single crochets in the 3rd stitch, and we'll repeat this around. So you'll single crochet, and then 2. Single crochet, and then 2 single crochets. Repeat that until you come back around to the stitch marker. We've now finished the 3rd round, and now we're going to work on the 4th round. If you recall, on the 3rd round, we did a single crochet in the first 2 of the round and 2 single crochets in the 3rd stitch, and we repeated that all the way around. Now we're going to repeat the same idea, but we're going to single crochet in the first 3 single crochets and put 2 single crochets in the 4th stitch, and it will look something like this. 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet in the same stitch. Do you see that? So we're going to go 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and then 2 in the same stitch. Continue in that manner until you come back around to your stitch marker again. We've come just about to the end of the 4th round, and I just wanted to show this to you again. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to, it marks the last stitch of the round, and we just pop that split ring out. This is why I like those split ring markers for this type of work. And then 2 single crochets, and pop that marker back in. For the 5th round, we're going to single crochet in the first 4 and then 2 single crochets in the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. Are you recognizing the pattern of what's happening here? Each time we go around, we increase the number of single crochets in a stitch before we get to the 2 single crochets in a stitch. We increase that number by 1 each time we go around. You're going to continue in this manner until you have the circumference or the diameter that you want to make your hat. And once you've reached that size, then we'll meet you back right here. Now you should have come back around to your stitch marker for hopefully the last time. This example we're making for an average woman size head, which is generally 20 to 21 inches in circumference, which means that your diameter is 6 to 6.5 inches. So we'll go ahead and measure that, and we are, I think, close enough, almost at 6.5 inches. So that is going to work just fine. A little bit. The smaller your yarn is, the more rounds you're going to have to make. This yarn that I used today it's a chunky yarn, and I used a size K crochet hook. So keep that in mind when you're choosing a yarn and when you're thinking about how many times you're going to have to go around and increase your stitches as you go. So we're going to go ahead and take this marker out. We have just a few more stitches for that round. And that's my last stitch for the round, so we'll still go ahead and put 2 stitches in there. We're just going to keep working around in circles until the work measures from your center point out to the final row approximately the same as your diameter. We're going to work until the entire hat is approximately 6 to 6.5 inches long. I'll meet you back in a few minutes and see how things are going. Okay, we're back now. Just wanted to check in and see how far you were. Let's measure that. That's about 2.5 inches or so from where we stopped making increases. I want to get to a point where I fold this in half and I measure from that center that I'm at least 6 inches, 7, maybe 6.5, something like that. The top of the head to just over the ears, whatever's comfortable for you. Our hat now measures about 6.5 inches from the crown to the edge. So I'm just going to try this on and show you what it looks like. As you can see, the hat comes not quite to my eyebrows, and it's just covering the tips of my ears. And because I am making this to fit my head, this is where I have a few decisions to make. I think I'm going to give it a couple extra rows because I like my hats to come right down to my eyebrows and stop. But this is where you could also consider making it much longer so that you can fold it up or so that you can roll it up. In the next tutorial, we'll talk about some custom ways that you can add edges to your hat, whether you want ear flaps or a brim that sticks out or one that folds up. So thank you for following along.